speaking with the Premier yesterday, he seemed pretty sort of reticent to say what the actual drawbacks will be of this decision. Obviously, saving infrastructure and housing will all still be delivered, but he seemed very sort of reticent to actually say what the loss of potential economic boom, particularly for our city down here, would be. I mean, as somebody who might know a little bit about this, what do you think the real world impacts are going to be of this decision down here?
Well, Harrison, firstly, I don't believe the Premier when he says he's going to deliver this housing and sporting infrastructure. We've seen so many promises from this Premier. We've seen so many promises from the federal Labor government that have been broken. So there is no basis at all to trust Daniel Andrews. There is no basis at all to trust Anthony Albanese. We have seen our region decimated by the Albanese government, the slashing of the Howitzer project, the expected axing of Geelong Fast Rail, all of the infrastructure projects under review, of course 2 successive Labor budgets with no new funding for any regional project, a disgraceful abandonment of regional Victoria, and now this terrible decision. As Angus has said, this is an egregious breach of trust. This is humiliating for us in Victoria, for us as a nation, and for us around the world. Why would anyone ever want to do a deal with Labor governments, both here in Victoria and nationally, after what Daniel Andrews and Anthony Albanese have done?
And what would be the opposition's position on, or preference for the current federal government to do regarding providing funding to keep the Games in Australia, and where could any preferences for potential places to hold the Games and keep them here in our country?
Well, Harrison, these are matters for the Victorian government, but as we know, the Victorian government has trashed our reputation. The Victorian government has told the Commonwealth Games Association it no longer wants the Games in Victoria. This is an appalling decision for our state, for our region, and if I consider the number of small businesses and local residents who are gearing up for the Games, I just a number of weeks ago raised deep concerns about the failure of the Victorian government to start the construction of the Geelong Convention Centre. If construction did not start in July, right now that would not be ready for the Commonwealth Games. So for many months we've been raising deep concerns about the Albanese government and the Victorian government's lack of preparedness for the Commonwealth Games, and now we've seen this absolute mess and this shocking breach of trust.